Peter, your movie should be this good.
I know, this is exciting.
Like,
I hope it turns into a movie one day, because that was pretty exciting.
You don't have to recut it if it
No.
turns into
It
a
looks
movie.
good.
First
Well,
of all,
it sounds good.
great to see you again. It's
Good
been a
to
while.
see you too.
Yeah. This part of you, I don't know that we know about.
Well, I've written scripts before, and they've turned them into movies, and so I've written before, but I've never tackled a novel. So it was kind of a daunting kind of thing when we had this idea in my production company to do this story, and I thought, well, what's the best venue for it? And then I thought, well, a YA novel, you get to dive deeper into the story. So we partnered up with Barry Lyga, who's a best-selling novelist, because I wanted an expert in that field to help us. And he was incredible. I mean, just being able to collaborate with him, and he really gave a voice to the characters, and a lot of phone calls, But it was a great collaboration. You'd think with 3 writers it would be kind of sketchy.
Yeah, how did that work?
Well, everyone just brought up, different things to it, a piece to it. And,
did you fight?
There were some discussions, some disagreements here and there, that I won. No, no. I mean, it was actually a really nice collaboration. I mean, there were times where it was like, how do we go about this, or there's one point where we actually rewrote the whole first half of the book, and but it's amazing the process, and then you finally end up with this.
Well, what
book.
about the styles? Because you all have different
Yeah,
styles
well,
and
thankfully,
tones.
having 3 people that got along and were able to collaborate well, like it was really like having 3 brains, and we would get excited when one person had an idea. It was like we'd build on that.
So
and
you'd
we'd build on
riff.
that. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
riffing, like a musician.
It's a very dystopian world you're writing about. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's a future that's kind of bleak. It's 100 billion people in the world. Is very. Imagine Manhattan all over the world, like a world where it's all concrete and metal. And there was 100 years of red rain that nobody knew what it was, but whole towns and cities, people would go disappearing. And some people thought it was the rapture, some people thought it was aliens, some people thought it was the government. Nobody really knew why. And our story picks up after the red rain, where the population has now dwindled down to about 50 billion, which is still a lot. Yeah. And but it's a future where history is lost. There's one part in the book where this girl picks up a DVD and she says, well, what do you think this was for? And the other girl puts her finger through and she goes, well, it's obviously a finger mirror. Which if you didn't know you put that in a DVD player, you might think that's what it was. And so you meet our hero, Rose, who's a boy.
Rose is a boy.
Kind of like a boy named Sue, who comes into this sector, and he kind of brings he's very connected to nature, and he brings this positivity in a very dark world.
Some
and
hope,
some hope, and he meets this girl Deidre, and they both feel like freaks in this misogynistic world.
So they're relatively normal people,
from
our judgment, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so they go on this journey to find the truth.
And this is LA today? Is this what you're talking about?
Well, this is it's not really LA. It's a combination of all different. It takes place, I guess, in the U.S. because there's cities that are combined.
Sure,
so
and as you say, the population is reduced to 50 billion. There are only 7 billion in the world now.
Yeah.
So you can only imagine.
So you can only imagine everybody just stacked up on top of each other.
This does sound like a movie. It really
It
does.
does
That's
sound like
next.
It's very visual.
That's
I got a question. You're an
very
action guy.
Yeah.
Writing, the hardest part of writing is putting your butt in the seat, right? And just sitting there.
Just being able to get it done. Because everyone has ideas. I meet people with ideas all the time. Like, I have a great idea, I have a great idea. But to facilitate the ideas is
Was
what...
it hard to focus?
No, I mean, we wrote it in like 6 months.
Oh, it's pretty good, yeah.
So I'm excited for people to check it out and go on the journey.
Supergirl.
Yeah,
Tell
I'm
us
on
about
Supergirl.
that.
I play Maxwell
You got a
Lord.
reoccurring role.
Yeah, I play Maxwell Lord, who's kind of fascinated by Supergirl, has a friendly rivalry with Callista Flockhart's character, and he kind of rides the fine moral line of bad and good depending on the perception of
Yeah, you kind of switch off between the villain and the hero.
Well, villain's a hard word when
bad guy.
Bad guy. It's like it's all perspective, right? So from where he's sitting, it's not bad. The other people are bad.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Any more Twilights?
I don't know. You have to ask Stephanie Meyer.
I'll ask her.
Do your daughters think you're the coolest dad out there?
I hope so. I mean,
are they big fans of Twilight?
They're big fans of Twilight. My oldest read this book, and she was really excited because she's honest. So she'd be like, Dad, I'd tell you if it sucked. And she was like, it's better than a book I'm reading right now for school that's like a bestseller. And I was like, oh, thank you.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's probably meant more to you than any
did,
other praise
it
we're going to
did.
get.
Congratulations on the engagement, too.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We're a little late on that,
congratulations
but
on
Yes,
congrats.
thank you.
After the Red Rain is now on sale. When the movie's out, you'll come by.
Yeah.
Yes.